Hello, hello, hello. Or do we? Yeah, this is better. I think checked the other way around. Sorry. So, hello, hello, hello everyone. Ito po si Alvin and Tourism or Alvin. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Ako po ngayon ay nasa syudad na tinatawag Hilversum, kung saan po meron po akong appointment kasi dito. That's why. And also I cannot skip this appointment. That being the reason for me na hindi makapunta po dyan sa ICC detention facility to be with our kababayans, no? So, nandito po ako ngayon and I thought while on my way to my appointment, I will show you around the city which used to be my home back then, no? Napakita ko po sa inyo yung back camera para makita niyo pa. Ayan po. Papunta po ako ngayon doon sa appointment ko. And then I just wanted to really emphasize the current development po na nangyayari dito sa The Hague. Also what transpired with respect doon kay Attorney Kaufman interview, which were also put out there, mga latest development. Papakita ko lang po yung center mismo, no, and then I will put it back sa mukha ko to make it more, how do I say that? Make it more engaging. Kung gusto niyo pong tumingin kung sino pong naka-live doon sa ICC detention facility, nandoon po si Cyron at the Netherlands. I also think Harty is there, or MJ Palanga, or I'm not sure if Pinoy in Holland is there. So you can check these websites and then tingnan niyo po kung ano po yung o kung sino po yung naka-live doon, mga kababayan. So, balik po natin sa aking mukhang napaka-taba. It was very shocking po kasi ngayon, nakita ko po yung parang kaibigan ko ata. Oh yeah, really. Well, let's just say acquaintance. Kasi kaibigan is quite different naman. No? I saw my acquaintance I used to play volleyball with before here kasi nga naglalaro po ako ng volleyball dito. No? But I already stopped kasi nga I changed location more often kaya nga po I wasn't able to like really go every time. Meron po silang tinatawag na practice or what. Ito, ganito po dito. Kaya magusto ko to itong lugar na ito kasi meron kasi siyang parang terrace. Meron talaga siyang magandang aura, kumbaga. Ang ganda ng lugar, mga kababayan. Pwede kang mag-sit dyan, pwede kang... Mas maganda to dito kaysa kung saan ako nakatira. Actually, nagustuhan ko talaga dito. But it's just that it's just too expensive to own a place here. Talaga. Ang gustuhan ko dito, guys, kasi maganda talaga siya. But it's quite warm today, no? Talagang mainit siya. Hello po sa inyong lahat. So, sige po, pag-usapan po natin. There was an interview done by a mainstream media with Attorney Kaufman asking questions with respect to the presentation of witnesses, yung witnesses daw ng prosecution or the office of the prosecutor, and then the witnesses of the defense. There was a question asked there on whether or not, what's the plan po ba of the defense with respect to fly? Are they going to fly their witnesses or whatnot? Tsaka with respect sa, doon nga, if you notice, meron na pong 12 batch or 12 strands of evidences already shared to the defense team. Sinabi naman ni Attorney Kaufman, as always, talagang si Attorney Kaufman is a very strategic lawyer. Sinasabi niya, we are not going to disclose whatever strategies they're going to utilize or avail of Because that's part of the game. Most especially by the defense, hindi po talaga daw nila i-disclose yung strategy nila and whether or not their witnesses are going to be presented and on which time or whatnot. Kaya very careful naman po si Attorney Kaufman sa pagsasagot niya sa mga ganyang bagay. On another topic, tinanong din sa Attorney Kaufman, is it possible for the ICC to release a health bulletin daw ni former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte? Sinabi naman ni Attorney Kaufman na that is not appropriate for the ICC to release a health bulletin. Bakit po ba? Kasi po, that is against the privacy daw of the former president. He only made mention and emphasized that at some point, President Rodrigo Roa Duterte will be brought before the court and then it will be revealed to the world ano po ba ang kalagayan talaga ni PRRD. And I think that is very much telling of the judicial process. Talagang si Attorney Kaufman is very much aware, or he is taking very serious notice of the rights to be protected, most especially sa client niya, kasi ganyan naman talagang ang trabaho ng lawyer, no? So I think also, I remember I asked this question because I know that this is also resonated to millions of Filipinos, that we wanted to see the current state of our former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. I asked the Vice President, would it be possible for the general public to have a glimpse of former President through a picture? But now, there's a lot of AI-generated photos of the former President circulating on different social media platforms. And then I realized that it has been used actually to ridicule, to make the current situation of the former President, even though it's not even the right depiction of his current state. Pinagtatawanan, ginagamit bilang isang naratibo, propaganda, or whatnot. Then it came to me na I came to realize na perhaps this matter should be given to the family to decide upon. And I would suggest that the family, as an ordinary citizen, the family would keep it to themselves yung current status, or share no photos of the former president. As I know that a lot of people can just use that to make former president's situation or current status a laughing matter. Tinanong din po si Attorney Kaufman with respect doon sa proposed resolution by Senator Alan Peter Cayetano. And sinabi niya na we are going to look into how it's going to be taken into consideration with respect to their legal strategies, no? And I think it's very nice and it's very good of him to say that, because anything that could help him expedite the process of ensuring that former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte will be brought back to the Philippines as soon as possible is a welcomed progress or development or initiative. Ngayon po, ang dami ko pong talagang questions na gustong itanong kay Attorney Kaufman, no? Hopefully within this week, mabigyan po tayo ng pagkakataong makapanayam siya at matanong yung mga questions, not only na para sa akin, but para po sa lahat ng mga kababayan natin na gustong magtanong, particular na po doon sa mga proseso with respect to the interim release, with respect to the status of the former president, with respect to the motions filed and this and that. Also, most particularly, I wanted to ask Attorney Kaufman, what's the weight of a resolution po if it's coming from the government of the Philippines, most especially one branch of the government, the legislative. Also, I take notice of the comments made by Attorney Kaufman. No? Sinabi din niya nung tinanong siya about sa mga statements ni Attorney Claire Castro, sinabi niya na I ask kindly Attorney Claire Castro to not to not to not interfere with his jobs because he would also not do the same thing. But it struck me shocking, guys. Bakit? Kasi doon sa balita, hindi naman sinabi na may sinabi pala doon, hindi naman verbatim pinalabas, na meron palang sinabi si Attorney Kaufman na si Attorney Claire Castro daw, peddling misinformation. It was never written or never found in any news. Kaya, doon sa shinare ko po na balita, verbatim, sinabi doon ng balita, PH. Kudos to you guys. Sinabi talagang sinulat nila doon, verbatim, lahat ng mga sinasabi. Kasi I think that is how news should be given to the public, no? Verbatim. Walang anggulo, lahat-lahat dapat ipalabas. Para po ang appreciation of the information presented should be for the discernment of the receiving end, or in this case yung publiko po. Kaya po ako mismo ay talagang na-shock talaga ako. Sabi ko, ay, bakit hindi nila sinabi ito? Bakit hindi nila ito sinama? Kaya po ako talaga ay na-shock na hindi pala sinama ng news ang gano'n, no? Pero kudos talaga sa Balita PH. I think it is incumbent upon these individuals to engage in what seemed to be a proper approach to information dissemination. Kasi ako po, I am only committed to the idea. I even want these ideas to be performed by every individual na yung pagbabalita po natin. Kung ano lang po ang sinabi, kung ano lang po ang posisyon, para po wala pong it will not actually create a different narrative. Ngayon po, on another topic, doon na naman tayo sa mga latest news and development. Tanong ko lang po sa mga different mainstream medias, why are you not making it your priority to put out in your news the current development with respect doon sa case sa Los Angeles, the death of a person coming from a wealthy family? Why are you not bombarding the public with what seems to be the reason behind his death? It has been reported that it is an accident, pero there's a presence of a substance pertaining to cocaine use. So bakit hindi niyo po ito binabalita? Bakit hindi niyo po binobombard ang mga taong bayan with this respect? Bakit hindi niyo po tinatanong? At bakit hindi pa po nag-react si Attorney Claire? Normally, mag-react naman yan siya all that time. No, kahit maliit na bagay, nagre-react. So bakit ngayon, malaking bagay ito, bakit hindi kayo nagre-react? We have been waiting with respect to ano po ang reaksyon ninyo. These are no longer allegations. These are backed with evidences. Diba? The general public deserve to know what transpired or what has transpired. Also, with respect doon sa Secretary of Defense, it is very surprising. Alam ko po, yung sinasabi nilang golden passport, has been talked by a lot of people who would have wanted to resort to that, no, para magkaroon lang Maltese passport, kasi talagang it is an easy way out for people who have the money, to purchase this sort of solution to their problem. Kasi pwede po talaga yan. Kaso meron pong pronouncement ng European Court of Justice that this is not or shouldn't be possible. Kasi nga po, magkakaroon, it's not, they actually indicated na it shouldn't be allowed. Ang mga kababayan, ang pinaka-importante po dito is that malaman po natin na ang ginagawa po natin na consistent move dito sa sa labas ng ICC detention facility has already gained traction with respect po sa international community. Bakit po? Tingnan niyo po ang nangyayari ngayon. Meron na pong grupo na recognize ang lugar na yan na isang lugar para magprotesta po. Ibang lahi po sila, pero they were actually referred by the local government to go there and protest the area. But at the same time, it has detraction to those who are the detractors or against the former president's freedom. In as much as we want the president to be brought back to the Philippines as soon as possible, meron din pong grupo na ayaw nila makasama si PRRD. Bakit po? Kasi gusto nila na si PRRD sa loob lang kasi alam nila si PRRD is very much loved and supported by the Filipino people. Can you imagine guys, pag makalabas na si PRRD and he's going to share his sentiment in an interview, it will destroy everyone who has formed narrative or who has peddled narrative to destroy the Dutertes in the minds of an ordinary Filipino. Kaya po I'm very much urging our kababayans to engage in what seemed to be to engage in what seemed to be um, a propaganda to destroy the Dutertes, no, mga kababayan. So yun po ang pinaka-importante. Importante po talaga na dapat bigyan natin ng halaga ang ating mga actions kasi nga po mahirap talaga kalabanin ang kalaban, lalong-lalo na that they already have established roots, they already have established how do I say that, connections or network, most especially in the European countries. Not only that, most of the Western world, meron talaga silang connection, guys, no? Kasi bakit po? I also wanted to ask Attorney Kaufman, why is it that the office of the prosecutor or the prosecutors ask information with respect to the legitimacy of our gatherings outside the ICC detention facility? I want to ask Attorney Kaufman, have that clarified through the office of the prosecutor on why is it that the police ask us to do that? Is that within the bounds of the law? Are we being asked? Because now, mga kababayan, before I forget, we are only limited to 200 people. 200 people lang po ang limitado na ngayon dyan sa ICC detention facility. Doon tinatawag namin na Duterte Street. Now, before, wala pong limit yan. Pero ngayon, there's only a limit of 200 people. However, we already have secured a permit that up until the 26th of September, we are allowed to gather there and exercise our rights to protest, to gather peacefully, and to show our dissent, most particularly to what seemed to be a political persecution doon sa ating pinakamamahal na dating Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Kaya wag po tayong matinag, no, doon sa mga whatever forms of harassment, whatever forms of intimidation na ginagawa ng ibang panig or ibang groups who are against the freedom of our former president. We should remain steadfast and we should remain very, how do I say that, consistent doon sa ating resolve na sana through our love and support, it will pierce through the walls of the ICC detention facility at talagang maramdaman ni former president na meron pa ring mga Pilipino sa labas na nagmamahal sa kanya at patuloy na sumusuporta sa kanya hanggang sa dulo po. So mga kababayan, wag po tayong mahinaan ng loob, no? Wag po tayong maghinaan ng loob na yung ginagawa natin is for good purpose po yan. Meron po yung effect not only kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte but doon sa mga kababayan natin na natatakot pa magsalita. Bakit po tayo natatakot magsalita, mga kababayan? Sabi ko nga, then I realized that today, perhaps today, it is already the start of the reckoning, the days of reckoning ni former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Bakit po? Sinabi niya po, doon the first few days na, it was actually the March 14th, I remember very well. It was the first time Vice President Inday Sara and former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte actually met inside the ICC detention facility. Kami po, pagkatapos ng meeting nila, pumunta po si VP Inday doon sa labas mismo ng ICC detention facility, and she actually faced the crowd and spoke to them, also the medias, mga kababayan. She also made mention the statement or the message of the former president, and it was very clear. It is still very clear to me. Sinabi po ni President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, relax lang kayo, may hangganan ang lahat, there will be a day of reckoning. Perhaps this is actually the start of the days of reckoning po ni former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, that slowly all of the things that they have been hiding is coming out to the public, and it is actually hunting them like a thief in the night that they were during the time on March 11 that they brought the former president inside the plane onto the plane and flew him 22 hours to be brought to the ICC detention facility. Lahat po ng mga ginagawa nilang masama ay bumabalik po sa kanila. Again, under the golden rule, sinasabi po nila, do not do unto others what you don't want to do unto you. Ang nangyayari po ngayon, karma is catching up slowly. Kung hindi man po madalian ang karma, dahan-dahan po yan. Slowly, time has already unveiled or unmasked all of the things that they have been doing all this while, mga kababayan. So manatili po tayo. Manatili po tayo na steadfast sa ating resolve. At saka wag na wag po tayong magpapatinag sa mga ginagawang panggagago nila sa sa taong bayan. Manatili po tayong focus. We should ask for accountability because it's necessary. We are taxpayers, and we should know where our taxes are actually used to. Let's talk about the 5,000 flood control projects. Let's talk about the blank pages doon sa GAA. Let's talk about the PhilHealth funds. Ano bang ginagawa doon? Let's talk about many other things na pilit nilang how do I say that? They are trying to bury this particular information, this particular questions that we have through other controversies, especially diverting our focus to former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, which is basically evident, and it's a very, very tangible example of diverting the issue to what seemed to be a bigger one. Pero ngayon, guys, si PRRD, sinabi niya mismo, I am at peace on whether or not I'm going to be inside the ICC detention facility or outside, I accept my destiny. Yun po ang sinabi ni PRRD. We should not take this particular statement lightly. Bakit po? Sobrang mahirap po yan sa kalooban ni PRRD na nakakulong siya, but he accepted if this is his destiny because he loves the Philippines so much. He could have retaliated doon pa lang sa Villamor Air Base, no? Because it is very much possible he could have given them a little bit of sorry, a little bit of a pushback, but he chose not to kasi ayaw niya pong magkagulo doon, no? Ayaw niya po na magkaroon ng problema ang mga Pilipino kasi mahal na mahal niya ang mga Pilipino at ang bansang Pilipinas. So it was a quick update kasi papasok na po ako sa loob ng kung saan po ako merong meron akong appointment. Pagkatapos mamaya po I will go live again and I will talk about different opinions, different questions that you are going to raise. Hindi ko po nabasa yung mga comments niyo ngayon. No? Mamaya po I will try to review after my appointment inside para po mawala na yung sakit sa kamay ko and for me to be at peace kung ano pa talaga ito. Also later I will wander around the city. I will also show you around my safe haven where I normally go to, and hopefully you will also see why I chose that place as my safe haven even before. Mga kababayan, wag na wag po tayong magpatinag. Manatili po tayong steadfast sa ating objective, no? Ipagpatuloy po natin ang pagdadasal kay former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Vice President Inday Sara, pagamit po na yung salita. Mga kababayan, ako po si Alvin at Tourism ang nagsasabing hanggang sa dulo, ipaglaban natin ito. Syukran.